everybody, this is Teri again from Sweet Pea Papers, the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, the Junk Journal Tutorials and More Facebook group, Junk Journal and Paper Crafts Facebook group, and also the YouTube membership for the Sweet Pea Papers channel. Now, this is video 2 in our Frosted Forest series, and this is by Ink and Page and or Ink and Page Journals. And I love these papers. So we did the little cover of the signature, and then we got the first page done, which was a stacked pocket, kind of a stacked stuffed pocket or whatever. So now we're on page 3, and I've got these papers set aside for page 3. I guess I could have cut that one in half and this one too. We're going to do a flip up. So, yeah, so we're going to need a piece of white paper. Grab that. Let's see, what else do we need? I think that's all. Let me put this back. I have to cut some more little pieces. I'm almost out. So let me cut this in half, even though we're going to use both sides. One side's going to be the flip up and the other side is the paper. I'm going to determine the size of the flip up by this. So this is our page. This is our flip up. And I think if we do these 3 lanterns, it's still not going to be all of it. We're going to have to go over to here. I'm going to have to make our flip up that wide to cover this flower here, and then it'll flip up and there'll be writing space under the flower, and that's going to be the back side of the flip up. So let's fold this in half because we're only going to use half of it. Or cut it in half. I just kind of set all the papers aside. I've got all the way through page 8 set aside. Because 6 and 7 in the center are going to be simple. You know what I mean? We're just going to glue those puppies in. We're not going to use this. We're going to use this. Wow, I've never heard my phone make that noise. It's out in the living room. It made like a little bell noise. Anyway, so I know an easier way to do it. Let's not cut this yet. Let's get our journal out of the way. We don't need that right now. Let's cut this in half because we're not going to use this whole paper. And then I'll have a half of one I can use for something else. I can use it for the double flip outs I have set aside for, I think, page, I don't know what page, I don't remember. Anyway, let's do the back of the flip up first instead of the front. Which means we're going to have to score it, and the score is going to be on the bottom, and that way we get our paper right side up, because when you flip it up, it's got to be upside down, you know what I mean, so that it's right side up. I did a Christmas journal. I didn't realize till I was taking pictures that the pattern on the paper was upside down, but I didn't say anything, so hopefully nobody noticed. Alright, so we want to go... I'm going to have a little border. We're not going to do the height. We're just going to do the width because we're going to score it. So we want it to be this wide. Maybe a smidge wider. So we'll cut it that wide. Do you guys love how I get my ruler out and measure? My eyes are my ruler. I used to use my ruler all the time for everything, but I've gotten the habit of making little pencil marks everywhere. Yeah, so we'll score this on 3/8. That's all you really need. You don't need a full half. So then we'll make our border above that. So we'll take this paper and make it fit above the border. So we're going to have to cut off this much on this one, and we're going to have to cut off, oh, we've got a little more room, so we'll have a little more writing space. And cut it right here. That should make it fit. Remember, we're not inking on this one. Leave it nice and crisp. This will give us a nice little bookmark or something. Put that in our scraps. It's our only scrap that we have so far. So let's, oh my sleeves. I've lost 17 pounds and all my shirts are too big now. Yeah, we can do that. Let's glue that on. This is probably going to be a one signature tutorial because we've only got, oh no, this is January. We've got more days. Kept thinking December, which was 3-day tutorials. I'll try to make this one 6. So really 5. Just want to know, might be fun to make a nice little single signature hardcover journal. I haven't made one of those in a long time. See, and then this is going to glue on here, like so. We're doing one in the center. Maybe I want it in the center to cover the bunny. I really like this bunny picture. Alright, so then it's going to be flipped down like so. So we can figure out our paper on this side pretty easily. So we're going to cut that much off. And, oh, I had it about right. Almost. Just a little wide. Cut it right there. Oh, I forgot to put a magnet on. I'll put the magnet on the front. Oh, look, there's another one. It'll be the same size as this one. We can do this. We could do that and make a bookmark. We sure could, couldn't we? Wow. Or make something. I'm going to keep that in mind. Alright, so this is going to go here. Oops, I got to cut the bottom. So this is going to go here with the magnet. Doesn't matter whether the magnet's on the front or the back, as long as it's there to hold our flap down. Now we can glue this on. Kind of pretty on that side. To lose weight, I've been using this stuff called Manja Boost. Oprah sells it for $300. It's what she used to lose her 80 pounds. I've only got about 7 more to go. But you can get it on Etsy for $60, $70 for 6 months worth instead of $300. So if you're thinking about losing weight, it really works. It's the equivalent of Manjaro, only not through your doctor. So remember, I'm not condoning using it if you have any medical conditions. Even though I do, and I just got lucky. I talked to my doctor first, and she couldn't prescribe it because my insurance wouldn't cover it, you know, the Manjaro. So I did the next best thing. I took it upon myself. I'm not recommending anything. I probably shouldn't even have said anything. So forget the last 5 minutes of conversation. Oh, my magnets keep knocking over my tiny attacher. Now we need the journal. See, I like that. I like the way that turned out. I've been watching True Blood, one of my favorite shows. I like vampire shows. Not big on the drinking blood part, but I think it would be nice to live forever. Some people wouldn't want to, but I'd be into it. Think of all the things you could learn. Languages, and you could travel. Unless you were like me, which is a poor vampire. I'd be stuck haunting the Seattle area. Okay, so we got that on that page. So let's go on to page 4, which is easy. It's a writing page. We're just going to glue it on. I don't have any special plans for this one. I'm going to try to do, you know, a little more of a traditional, you know, not too many flips and flaps. I've got a double flap coming up, but, you know, should I do that? Because 6 and 7 are single papers as well. 5, 6 and 7 are singles. Let's leave 4 blank for now. I'm going to put the paper back on for page 4. And then maybe we can think of something to do where we still have quite a bit of writing area. We could do this pocket, couldn't we? still have our things. We still have writing area. Put a couple of tags in there. Okay. Let's do that. Let me check there's 4 big pockets. Let me check those. See what we have. I think they're too big. Okay, those 2 face that way. This one faces this way. I'm not really wild about that. I'm not really wild about that one either. I like the blank pocket, you know, with just the snowflakes better. Because these kind of go together. These 2 definitely go together. So we can do those. You know, if I switch the paper, let's just do this pocket on here. And we'll do these double pockets on another page. Let's see, maybe we could put one of these envelopes in this pocket. This comes out this way. I don't believe it started out with a gusset on it. Usually if they do, I leave them on and show you that I'm cutting it off. This looks right side up to me. You could put it this way as well. Kind of a generic pocket. Okay. That's a little better than just a plain page. It's still right on it. I've got lots of tags. I've got a couple cards too that are pretty. I've got one with an owl on it. That's pretty nice. So, oh look, that would be pretty, wouldn't it? Let's score it and fold it and see what we think about it in the pocket. I could free fold it probably, but I'm going to score it. And I don't think I'm going to glue it shut because I don't have a card the right size to put inside. I guess I could leave it empty, but if I put it in unglued, then you can open it up and write on the inside of it. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Let's bring page 4 back. And we'll put this in there. Now, do we want this part to shine forwards because the snowflake is, we don't want to get too many snowflakes, or do we want to do this? I kind of like this snowflake in the front better. Snowflake and icicles. Okay, page 5. Let's see how long we've been. 20 minutes. Page 5 is a double flip out. So let's get this back. And this is going to be the double flip out, and this is going to be the writing page underneath. By double flip out, I mean double flip out. It's going to continue the picture from one to the other, like I do in the folios. So we're going to take this, this is what we're gluing it to. So let's I'm going to cut both ends. That's silly. I'll make it that short, and then we'll center them. We need a gap in between as well. So, I'm going to take this, I'm going to fold it in half this way. I'm going to score it first. We're going to score it on, oh, I didn't think about what we were going to put on the back, so the flip outs. I need another full picture. What if we use this side of this one? That would give us a double flip out writing space as well on the back. Or do we want that on the front? No, we want the writing lines on the back. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to score this at 3/8 down the long side. And that's going to be our flip out. Then we're going to cut it in half. The neighbor's dog is bark, 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 barking. Okay. These are going to be glued on with that folded over. I think with this, I'm going to start from the top to make sure to get the full moon. If I started from the bottom, then I would get all of this, which isn't much of anything. So we'll start from the top. Let's get them glued on. Let's see this one. That'll be good. Okay, get this one glued on, and we'll put our magnets on. Gosh darn it. 3/8 is enough to stick it, but apparently it's too narrow for me to put glue on. I just want a little bit of a gap so that I can open and close them. About 1/8 of an inch is good. In fact, I can move it up just a little bit so it doesn't go exactly to the bottom, because the top one doesn't go exactly to the top. So we glue these two on, and we need 2 magnets. Whoops, come here. My rendering software has decided to stop working on my main computer. Fortunately, I double checked on my backup computer and it's working there. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to render the videos. So I would have a bunch of recorded videos and no way to make them for YouTube, you know, to set them up for YouTube. Except just uploading them. Which, you know, I could do. But I like doing the intro and the outro and having that little bit of music. It makes me happy. Okay, so let's go here. And in fact, let's put the magnets on the back. Help hold everything down and together and all that. I'm almost out of magnets. You get them 100 for about $10. So it's like a penny a magnet. I think that's what that works out to be. 10 cents a magnet. If it was $1, it would be a penny. So some people use washers. 100 washers, I think, is more expensive than 100 magnets. So, okay, that's better, much better. All right, so let's do this top one. We're going to have to cut a little bit of the side off, and we're going to do it from this side. So we get all of our moon. So we're going to go like this. And we'll cut it off here. That's too big of a border. Let's cut it off there. And then you can see where the gap is. So we're going to go up that little bit of a border from there. And that's all. We're not going to mark another one because we don't want to mark a gap. We want the image to be solid. So when we cut it in half, you'll see that we move this half up and put it on here. So I want to cut that long one first to get the width the same on the top and the bottom. Wasn't very much off. And then let's cut that top one off. So see, this will go here. And then we fit this one to the bottom of the square. Or rectangle, I mean. So we're going to cut this one off about here. Which isn't very much. But it comes off the snow and not the moon. You see, and then this one will go right here, and then you'll have your continuous picture. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue them down. And then that'll be all we do for today. Three, 4, and 5. And we'll do 6, 7, and 8 next video. I'm filming this on December 14th. I've still been having trouble with my neck, even though my doctor, I go to a pain doctor, and he tells me to take a whole ton, you're not going to believe how much, ibuprofen and Tylenol together. Well, heck, I was doing that at home. Why do I need to drive all the way? It's like 30 miles to see this pain doctor, this specialist, if he's just going to give me over-the-counter medicine. I think that's something I should ask him a week from today when I go. Which means as soon as I get done with this, I need to call and schedule my ride. I didn't put that on my list of things to do. I didn't look at my calendar. I get medical rides there, and I call a week ahead of time to make sure that I can get my ride. And then I'm going to glue the other on the back the exact same way. I'm just going to cut it the same way and glue it on the back, and then glue it into the book. Yeah, that gives us a 30-minute video. So that's what it's going to look like from the front. Why is that uneven? Hold on. There we go. That's what it's going to look like from the front. This one should come this way a little bit. Wonder if I can still move it. Doesn't look like it. Okay, that's good. Have a little extra border here. That was in my cutting, the way I cut it. It's still okay. Yeah, and then I will take this page and do it exactly the way I did this one, only hopefully I'll line it up a little bit better. Can't believe I got that off a little bit. Anyway, so I'll do this side the same way. Oh, what the heck. Only we're gonna leave this on. Let's just go ahead and do it. Let's just go ahead and do it. I'm gonna cut this much off the side. Then I'm going to cut this right there. So we do the long side first, so they're both the same width. And let's put the paper in crooked. And cut our top piece. This one I should have cut the bottom piece first, but it'll still be okay. And then along King Jones. This one's easier because it's just the writing lines. So as long as they're both straight. Where's my mark? Oh, there it is. Okay. And just line those flowers up. So we'll glue these on and then. Why not finish it, right? We'll do it twice so you can see how to do it. What is up with the glue? something since I've done a video for the day. I'll call and do that schedule. I'll do another video tomorrow. By that time, maybe the tech support from right. Starts with a T. Smith. It's Camtasia. Smith. And I don't want to upgrade it because I don't have $179 to upgrade. And it's $179 a year. They've gone to a subscription. They're like, it's only $14 a month. I'm thinking, okay, $14 a month. That's cool. I can swing that. Well, then they charge you $14 a month for all 12 months all at once. Yeah, it's TechSmith. Awesome software. The software I'm using to record these videos, which is Debut, D-E-B-U-T. You can use to edit and all that as well. Okay. Then I may do 6 and 7 before we come back because it's just gluing the 2 pages in to make the center spread. And then we'll go on past that. I don't think we're going to have enough time to do 2 full signatures. I think we may do 1 signature and the cover. And I'll do a second signature off camera. Because that's another 12 pages. You know what I mean? And I don't foresee being able to do that. Plus a cover. Unless I made this a no-sew when we tied it in with ribbon. I did one like that for the giveaway for the Teri's Crafty Christmas. And it turned out really cute. I used some lace and just tied it in instead of elastics. So that's what our page looks like. I like it. All right. So we did this page, and this page today. So we got some accomplished in 40 minutes. And I will see you in video 3. And we'll start with page 8. And we'll do, maybe we can do 8 through 12 and be done with the first signature. If we can do that in 3, then we might be able to start on the second signature. I don't know. I'll have to decide. I haven't decided what to do. I can probably decorate up this pocket a little bit too. You know, put a little who's-he what's-it on there. Christmas butterfly or something, or a moth that's got that might be too big. Anyway, I'll take a look at it and see. Got some ephemera that I can do, and I might could do some on the back of this one as well. So I will see you guys next time, and that will be video 3 in our Frosted Forest series, and the paper is by Ink and Paper.